नमस्कार। उड़ता है जो घोर पवन में, लड़ता वह तूफानों से, पंख नहीं मचलते उसके हवा के उफानों में, हिम्मत उसकी खत्म नहीं होती, हो जाता आकाश खत्म, निश्चय उसके अटल है होते, चाहे भूमि हो या आकाश। विश्व अंतरिक्ष सप्ताह 2023 की इस पावन वेला में आप सबका हार्दिक स्वागत है।
A very warm welcome to all the ladies and gentlemen for today's inaugural session, being the first day of the World Space Week organized by Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR, Sriharikota. I am Sridevi with my co-host Bindu Bhargavi, are privileged to compare today's prestigious inaugural event of World Space Week 2023 on behalf of Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR, Sriharikota.
We are privileged to welcome Sri A. Rajarajan, Distinguished Scientist, Director Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR, onto the dais.
It's a great honor to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, Chairman and Managing Director, Midani, Hyderabad, onto the dais.
We are delighted to welcome Sri A. Syed Hamid, Associate Director, SDSC-SHAR, onto the dais.
We cordially invite Sri M. Srinivaslu Reddy, Controller, SDSC-SHAR, onto the dais.
We are requesting Sri R. Senthil Kumar, Deputy Director, Management Systems Area and Chairman, World Space Week Organizing Committee 2023, onto the dais.
We are requesting Sri S. Shambhu Prasad, General Manager, LSSF, Chairman Subcommittee for SHAR and Sulurpeta, onto the dais.
We request Srimati Suryakala to welcome our Director, SDSC-SHAR, with a bouquet.
We request Srimati Sureka to welcome today's chief guest with a bouquet.
We request Srimati Neeraja to welcome Associate Director, SDSC-SHAR, with a bouquet.
We request Srimati Divya to welcome Controller, SDSC-SHAR, with a bouquet.
We request Srimati Kavita to welcome Deputy Director, MSA, with a bouquet.
We request Srimati Suryakala to welcome General Manager, LSSF, with a bouquet.
It was this day, on 4th October 1957, first human-made satellite Sputnik 1 was launched, marking the dawn of space age. Exactly a decade later, an outer space treaty has been signed on 10th October 1967. In the remembrance of these remarkable events, we are celebrating World Space Week from 4th October to 10th October every year. अब मैं श्रीमती प्राणेश्वरी, संगीत शिक्षक, अंतरिक्ष केंद्रीय विद्यालय से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे मंच पर आए और प्रार्थना गीत प्रस्तुत करें। आप सबसे निवेदन है कि खड़े हो जाए।
Prayer is the raising of one's mind and heart to God in request of good things to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I request all of you to stand for the invocation.
Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ramchandra Kripalu Bhajaman Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam Navakanjalochana Kanjamukha खंज पद खंजारुणम श्रीराम श्रीराम भज दीनबन्धो दिनेश दानव दैत्यवंश निकन्दनम् आजान भुज स्वर चाप घर संग्राम चित स्वर दूसनम श्रीराम 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 श्रीराम।
The symbolic moment of lamp lighting that signifies the dispelling of darkness, igniting of thought and enlightenment. Now, we humbly request all the dignitaries to join and perform the auspicious lamp lighting.
हमेशा की तरह इस वर्ष भी 4 अक्टूबर से आंध्र प्रदेश, तेलंगाना, तमिलनाडु एवं उड़ीसा में विश्व अंतरिक्ष सप्ताह मनाया जा रहा है, जिसका मुख्य उद्देश्य है अंतरिक्ष विज्ञान के प्रति लोगों का ध्यान आकर्षित करना और जिज्ञासा एवं नई उमंग भरना।
Satish Dhawan Space Center SHAR has taken a long leap to create awareness among public towards space technologies by organizing World Space Week in 4 states, namely Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, and Odisha. Various special events and competitions are held in different educational institutions to inculcate interest towards space and science among the student community.
This year, the theme being Space and Entrepreneurship underscores the evolving landscape of the commercial space industry, increasing opportunities for space entrepreneurship and its growing influence on yielding benefits to the mankind.
We call upon Sri S. Shambhu Prasad, Chairman, Subcommittee for SHAR and Sulurpeta World Space Week 2023 to deliver welcome address.
Good morning, all of you. Every year from 4th October to 10th October, the World Space Week celebrations being celebrated across the world, globally, for 70 countries and 1,000 space-connected organizations. Since 2016, SHAR, Satish Dhawan Space Center, is organizing Space Week celebrations in many places in Andhra Pradesh and the neighboring states. This year, SDSC-SHAR organizing Space Week celebrations in 12 locations in 3 states. SHAR and Sulurpeta committee is planning at SHAR Sriharikota, Sulurpeta, and 4 locations in Tirupati and Nellore district. The 4 locations are like we have selected the rural places of the Nellore district and Tirupati district. Like ZBI schools, mostly the government school children has been selected for this. The Sangam, Nellore district, Chintavaram, then high schools, ZBI schools at Tirupati and Vardaipalam, Tadamandal, Tirupati district. Apart from this, facility visits are planned for thousands of students during these days from 5th October to 9th October, mainly for government school children during this period. Various competitions are planned for all the government school students in Tirupati and Nellore districts, including schools from Sulurpeta for all schools. On 8th October, spacewalk is planned from ZB school near bus stand to DOS colony with the participation of school children. RH200 launch is scheduled on 10th October, 11 a.m. and more than 5,000 students are going to witness the launch. And valedictory session is planned on 10th afternoon, 3 p.m. 2023 is a very hectic year for SDSC-SHAR, and we have almost a launch in every month, and currently preparing for the test vehicle D1, GSLV F14, PSLV C58, which are currently in progress. In spite of this busy launch and project schedules, Director SDSC-SHAR, Sri A. Rajarajan, has given immense encouragement and guidance to celebrate World Space Week 2023 in 3 states. Thank you, sir, and I welcome you for the inaugural session of 2023. Midani Misra Dhatu Nigam Limited is a renowned Indian government-owned company, specializes in production of high-performance alloys and materials. ISRO has very long association with Midani and supplied materials and special metals for our all space programs. These materials are used in all the stages, both solid and liquid stages of ISRO launch vehicles. It is very appropriate to have Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, Chairman and Managing Director, Midani, as a chief guest for today's inaugural event. On the behalf of Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR, I extend warm welcome for this inaugural session of World Space Week celebrations. Welcome you, sir. It is my pleasure to welcome Sri Syed Amit sir, Associate Director, Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR, Controller, Sri N. Srinivasan Reddy, Deputy Director, MSA and Chairman, Organizing Committee, World Space Week 2023, Sri R. Senthil Kumar sir, for this inaugural session. On this very special occasion, I extend hearted welcome to SCMC members, SCMC members, SCC colleagues, employees of SDSC-SHAR, colleagues from other centers, including PCR, the principal, the Space Central School, teachers, students of Space Central School, and I also extend warm welcome to employee representatives, the print and electronic media for this today's event. Once again, I welcome you all for this inaugural session of World Space Week 2023. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you for the pleasant welcome, sir. We now request Sri R. Senthil Kumar, Chairman, World Space Week Organizing Committee, to brief about World Space Week 2023.
Good morning to all. Respected Director SDSC-SHAR, Sri A. Rajarajan sir, and our chief guest today, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, CMD of Midani, Sri Syed Hamid, our Associate Director, Controller M. Srinivas Reddy Garu, and Sambhu Prasad, and all SAMC members, SCMC, SEC members, media people, and our colleagues, dear colleagues, and service body representatives. A warm welcome to all, and most importantly, this total event is a public outreach event for ISRO. The dear students, teachers, and the faculties who have come to participate in this inaugural function. A warm welcome to you all. In fact, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, when he has arrived yesterday, his face was so familiar to us, reminding one of our erstwhile colleague, Mr. Namo Narayan Jha, who happened to be in Mars, working earlier. His face was so familiar to me, in fact. And this World Space Week 23, we had been celebrating this event by ISRO and specifically by SHAR also. For a few years, we had been doing this, and we had gone to the extent of even reaching more than 14 venues few years back, that is pre-corona COVID period, and subsequently during COVID years, it has been conducted in remote mode, online mode, and post-COVID again we have come back. Last year we conducted at 8 venues, and we are repeating it this time also at 8 venues, leaving our host center SHAR. And since we come from Tirupati district is also being considered as one of the co-host center. And apart from SHAR, 3 in Andhra Pradesh, Kurnool, Rajamundry and Vizag. We had chosen this to give representation to total AP, so that each center will cover nearby districts well. And in Tamil Nadu at 3 places, Viluppuram, Tiruchi and Coimbatore. And of course, Orissa, we had Puri in mind, and Puri it will be. So these events every year we used to conduct, as I was telling earlier, as a public outreach to tell to the public about what ISRO is doing, and to stimulate the younger minds, specifically children, to have a interest in the science, and if with one hind thought that we also will benefit if an interested person later on, after pursuing his academic career, he wished to join ISRO, he can join well. So we had that double sword mind, and we are inculcating that scientific temper among the children right from the class 5. Ideally, from class 5 onwards, they will have a easy way to grasp and mentor later into mold a career of their own. And of course, this particular year, it is slightly made easier for us because of, you all will be knowing, because of the grand, flawless mission of Chandrayaan-3, which has brought total nation, right from a tea stall person up to our peer academies in other areas. Everybody turned towards ISRO, and they well recognized, because it is really a feather in the cap of ISRO, and as well as for every common man, that we had achieved one of the first nation to land in the South Pole of the moon. A real achievement which has made ISRO well known, more well known among the countrymen, and that will really help us in conducting this public outreach program for this year. We expect more interest being shown by both students, then their parents, and the public, general public. We expect all these things to happen this year, and of course, the subsequent Aditya mission is also well underway, and we should be reaching its Lagrange point slot somewhere in the January first week. So we should really be proud of achieving these goals at one side, and at the other end, we should open with open hands, open up and welcome all the public outreach interest what people are showing towards us, and we should responsibly react and encourage each one of them into this scientific arena. And I welcome again for this event, and director has really helped us, encouraged us in giving, doing this work is, one is from the office work, minimum 100 people are getting disturbed. They have to do this voluntarily, and they have to be out of station. Second one is, we require fund for doing this event. It is not a simple task in moving tons of material to different parts of the allotted areas. All these things are made possible by the ready consent given by the director in conducting this event. I welcome once again all of you, and let us see this event goes well, both at SHAR as well as in other venues what I had mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you for your brief insights, sir. Now we request Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, today's chief guest, to release the teaser video of the World Space Week 2023.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We have achieved soft landing on the moon.
India is on the moon.
Thank you, sir. We invite Sri M. Srinivaslu Reddy, Controller SDSC-SHAR, to address the gathering. Welcome, sir.
Respected Director, SDSC-SHAR, Sri A. Rajarajan, respected Chief Guest of this function, Sri Sanjay Kumar Jha, CMD Midhani, Associate Director, Sri Syed Hamid, Chairman of World Space Week Organizing Committee, SDSC-SHAR, Sri Senthil Kumar, Sri Shambhu Prasad, SAMC members of SDSC-SHAR, all the SCC members, employees, and children of Space Central School. A very good morning to everybody. Mahatma Gandhi, during the freedom struggle, has given a call for free and strong India. So he has not only mentioned free India, and also mentioned strong India. In 1947, we got the freedom, but we are not a very strong country that time. And today, science and technology is the strength of any country. And with the launch and successful landing of Chandrayaan-3, ISRO proudly made India a strong country. This is not the just one-day event. This has come right from Vikram Sarabhai. I feel he is the first entrepreneur in space. His investment is his own assets, his own life. And the profit he got is today whatever we are seeing, the nation's proud in the space sector. Such are the people who are made ISRO, and I feel all the SDSC-SHAR employees are also true yogic entrepreneurs, because particularly the SHAR employees in a remote location, they are putting their total life for the nation and making the nation proud in the space sector. We have launched Chandrayaan, Aditya, and we are technologically excelling in this field. Then why privatization is required? Private supplement is required for the space sector. Today, the space economy is around $240 billion in the world, and India's contribution is only $8 billion, less than 2%. Whether we will be able to reach at least 10% within another 10 years. The space economy is growing at the pace of 8%. And our contribution, ISRO's contribution, is almost last year to this year is around 8% reduction in our budget. Even though our achievements are great, but there is a lot of potential for India to contribute in the space economy, particularly in the commercial space segment. So that's why the government has opened up the space sector for private participation. It is anticipated the space sector in India will grow to $40 billion in next 15 years. That's what the government is projecting. I feel it will go much beyond, because in 35 years back, what was the IT sector, and the same position is there in the space sector in India now we can become the world leaders because we have the technology and dedicated manpower and huge technologies available in this country. On this occasion, where the SDSC-SHAR is taking up spreading the science and technology throughout India, throughout the 3 states, to encourage the students to take up science and technology as their career and to encourage everybody know about space sector. I wish the organizers all the best and a successful World Space Week. Thank you.
Thank you for the enlightening speech, sir. We invite Shri A. Syed Hamid, Associate Director, SDSC-SHAR, to share a few words on this occasion.
Respected Director SDSC-SHAR, Sri A. Rajarajan, today's chief guest of this function, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, CMD, Midani, Controller SDSC-SHAR, Shri M. Srinivasulu Reddy, Deputy Director MSA and Chairman of the World Space Week Organizing Committee of SDSC-SHAR, Mr. R. Senthil Kumar, and Sriharikota Organizing Committee Chairman Shri Sambhi Prasad, SCMC members, SEC members, and all the staff members of SDSC-SHAR who are assembled here, and students, teachers, and dear friends, good morning to all of you. This World Space Week is celebrated, all of us are aware that it is to spread the message about the space technology and its applications to the entire public, in particular to the students. Our target audience is going to be students, and we are conducting many more places to spread the message about space technology and its application. Actually, in the activities of ISRO has always welcomed by the total every sector of India, and particularly the recent activities which took place in last 1 year. So many commercial launches using PSLV and LUM-3 vehicles, and a new developmental vehicle which we had to carry out small satellite launches, SSLVs, in a very successful manner. And finally, the Chandrayaan and Aditya missions in particular have captured the imagination of the crores of Indians, and it has taken our ISRO's name to a greater level. And whatever Space Week which we have conducted last so many years and tried to spread the message, this one particular launch of Chandrayaan-3 and its successful landing has done in one single shot. It has crores of Indians were really appreciating about the task accomplished by ISRO community. So it is very, very important now that our stakes are really high, and it is very, very important that we need to keep up the tempo what we have now. And for it, as already controller told, our space economy is really going to grow up like anything, and the Space Foundation, one of the non-profitable organization, it is estimating about more than $1 trillion $1 trillion economy for the space sector. And even though we have achieved such a wonderful missions in a more elegant, efficient, and simplistic way, we have achieved such a successful missions. Our economy, our Indian space economy, is not up to the mark, and that is the reason why the space sector is made open to many of the entrepreneurs to come and then contribute, so that our present $7 to $8 billion economy can go up to at least 40 trillion, as our chairman is envisaging in another decades of time. And it is really going to, not only the space sector is not only about the rocketry, it is about the materials, manufacturing, control systems, and a host of the sensing devices, navigation systems, so many things are there. So once you are growing in a space technology means that we are growing in each and every aspect of our science and engineering arena. That is the most important thing. It is not only about the rocketry, it is about the growth of the whole nation in every aspect of science and engineering. And this particular topic, it is selected as if it is a targeted Indian scenario, something like that. It looks like that. That is the way the space sector is opened up in India, and the interest shown by many entrepreneurs to come and venture into this high-risk area is itself a well-beginning step taken by the government, and I sincerely hope this momentum will be continuing in coming decades, so that the targeted vision of our chairman to achieve the 40 billion space Indian economy is going to be highly realistic in shorter time frame. And I sincerely hope this World Space Week Organizing Committee has made arrangements at 3 different states to spread this message. But I may only request is all the employees available here are from various parts of India. It is not from only 1 or 2 places. And each and every one of you can be an ambassador about spreading the message of space to your own places wherever you are there, and so that the main objective is to develop a human infrastructure. So our audience are always going to be students, so we have to encourage them to participate in our activities. And on this occasion, I wish the organizing committee to have a very successful conduction of this World Space Week. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the informative words, sir. May we now invite Sri A. Rajarajan, Director, SDSC-SHAR, to deliver presidential address.
Very good morning to one and all. Our beloved and respected chief guest of the today, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, CMD Midani, and the organizing committee chairman of the World Space Week, Sri R. Sindhil Kumar, and chairman of the subcommittee for the SDSC-SHAR, Sri S. Sambhu Prasad, associate director SDSC-SHAR, controller SDSC-SHAR, all my dear colleagues, students, ladies and gentlemen, media, once again a very good morning. As we gathered here for the inauguration of the World Space Week 2023, and as every year we celebrate, we also have to look why we celebrate, what we have to do. As I was recollecting yesterday how we do, as I came here since 2019, and how the things goes. Different centers follows the different themes, and that is what the uniqueness of ISRO, what we see. Whereas SDSC-SHAR does a lot of, a good amount of, I would say, a great amount of outreaching to various places, and that is the strength of SDSC-SHAR. When I was taken in the initial days when they told people are doing at 12 places, I was taken aback. But I used the well-oiled machines in SHAR, which takes care of this and goes out and makes it possible. And that comes from the experience of doing a launch campaign for over 3 decades or 3-4 decades in a professional manner. And that's what is getting exhibited in various places. So that name, and many people outside know SHAR because that is the last point in which everything converges. Whereas in Vikram Sarabhai, they do in a single program with a focal theme, with a reading into the media, television, whereas URSC does it with the radio programs and sorts of things. And IPRC does it in a focused way in 1 or 2 centers. whereas we spread across to do this. And this is where the flavor comes. It is not a single way of doing one same way of doing things. So that we get enriched by the various experiences across centers and those. And it's a good forbearing. And I want SHAR to continue to do this in a better and further improved way as we go on. And I thank each one of the volunteers, the subcommittees, and those who have come forward to carry out this program in this coming week in a grand manner. And I wish you all the best to have a very good week ahead. Then, as we today go for the function today, this week, or this year, the theme is Space and Entrepreneurship. As you all know, as we go for the day of, in India, we do the space research from the government point of view, and there are many startups, and this one which has come forward. The new space reforms has come in place, and as things goes, we into making it from today's 8 billion revenue or economy to a 44 billion in another 5-6 years, and get into a further this one. It requires a lot of support. Only from government angle, it's not very difficult, so that many people have to be brought in, so that jobs are created, we create a platform, and here ISRO has an important role to play in hand-holding many systems and developing many technologies for the human program. As we go in this kind of development program in ISRO and do this for the nation as a whole and human race in together, we have this year we had fantastic achievements in having a Chandrayaan-3 soft landing, and it has gathered the entire attentions of the world, and especially our nation of 1.4 billion, almost everybody. And we hit the world record in live streaming, people attending. We surpassed many iconic sporting events also. And that speaks volume of how people look at our achievement or our engagement. And that gives us more responsibility to do much more projects which keeps the scientific temper and the endeavor, and as well as improve in your day-to-day life. And that's what gives you a responsibility. And as we an ISROite has to have that responsibility, and nothing that you can feel proud that you are an ISRian and feel that we are contributing to the nation's improvement and development. And I think we have to do that further. And as Chandrayaan-3 and Aditya gives you a lot of hope and a lot of capability showcases that you can do much more. What we have to do, how do we develop an entrepreneurship across India so that growth gets multiplier, it becomes a force multiplier, and we at SDSC-SHAR at least will have in the coming 15 years or 10 years in the term, we'll have every day a launch, reach some 100 launches per year. How do you go about it? It's not a joke. It is going to happen. Without that, you cannot survive. Because once you get into the space economy and becomes a relevant part in the decision making and this one, and more and more technologies are going to come. I'll just give you an example. When 3G came, we all got happy that net phone is possible. From 4G, it took 7 years. From 4G to 5G, it took only 2 years. 5G to 6G is going to take only 1 year. Already people are talking about 6G, 5G, 6G, and very into with the quantum mechanics. Satellite with this, which is having more than 100 GPS per second speed, where even 160 GB can be downloaded in a minute, whereas present it will take at least minimum 30 to 40 minutes, even with the highest speed. So that kind of technology being put, and way in which it moves forward in both with hyperloop and type of technology and nuclear capability, if it comes in place, the traveling times and suborbital traffic from intercontinental within 10 minutes, if you have the sufficient money, all is going to come. The economy is going to take a leaf. Now, what kind of entrepreneurship, all those things we are going, that's what the theme is put in for you people to look at it, and I expect some of that entrepreneurship to come from this community in the coming days. When we have this, who better person than, other than Midani, CMD of Midani, who was always part of ISRO's growth. The name Midani is synonymous with the growth of ISRO. Each and every activity of ISRO, whether it is launch vehicle, spacecraft, ground segment, the the contribution of Midani cannot be discounted, because every building block what you see in every vehicle, starting from nozzle to this end, their hand is there, including our Gaganyaan program where the grid fin and all those conical structures of isogrid are made by them. Some path-breaking developments in maraging steel and some of the materials in cryogenic steel. More than 600 materials were indigenized with the contribution of Midani, and I cannot have a better person than the beloved, our respected Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, who is from 2016 onwards here to be here to talk about what is the contribution. It is to tell this community to know that we look at the application last stage, but the first stage, what we call it as Pilayar Chudi or the Ganamadi, this one start with the first material ingrained into the steel and start the ingot and melting starts at Midani. And their production capability decides our schedule and start with some of the places. And I improved many fold. And the production capacity from 2 sheets to 10 sheets per year to 300 to 400 sheets and ingots. It is tremendous growth which has enabled us to plan many programs and many industries for fabrication, including export capability and all those things. So that's what speaks, and that's what I will like to have. And I, on behalf of SDSC, sir, thank you, sir, for coming down here and gracing this occasion as our chief guest, and I look forward to your lecture. As coming forward to this World Speaks in the coming 1 week, I always, the community look into introspect what we did in the last 30 years and what is in store for the next 5 to 10 years, how we are going to get transformed. Because change is a necessity, the way in which you do the work is different. And I also thank the SDSC-SHAR community at this juncture for carrying out successfully more than 10 to 12 launches in the last 1 year, making it enabled and continue to do. As the coming 5 years, you are going to have more than 12 launches per year or 17, and we are planning to touch in 25-26, if possible, 20 launches per year. And that's what is storing for you. Have your good work, enjoy the work, do well, and grow well, and do well. And wish you all the best, both in office as well as at home. Have a good life ahead. And I wish you a grand success in the World Space Week 2023 for SDSC-SHAR. Thank you.
Thank you for your elaborate insights and motivating us, sir. Now we request Director SDSC-SHAR and today's chief guest to release the World Space Week brochure 2023.
We are profoundly delighted to have our chief guest, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, for today's event. At this juncture, we request Ms. P. Madhuri, Member Organizing Committee World Space Week 2023, to take the opportunity to introduce today's chief guest.
I feel privileged to introduce the chief guest for World Space Week 2023 inaugural function by Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR. The theme for this year, Space and Entrepreneurship, is the first step in self-reliance in the space sector in the country. Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha is a personality who is very closely associated in the first step and long leaps in this direction. Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha leads Mishra Dhatu Nigam Limited, popularly known as Midhani, an enterprise that aims to achieve self-reliance in the research, development, manufacture, and supply of critical alloys and products of national security and strategic importance. Having graduated from NIT Jamshedpur in the year 1987, Dr. Jha has completed his PhD in Engineering Sciences from Homi Bhabha National Institute, HBNI, BARC. He started his career with Department of Atomic Energy after completing 1-year training in Nuclear Science and Engineering from prestigious Training School of Bhabha Atomic Research Center, BARC, Mumbai. He has served for more than 27 years and involved in technology development of processing of nuclear materials for India's nuclear power program and strategic materials used in missiles, space, and defense projects. He has been Director Production and Marketing of Midhani since July 2016 and has taken over as Chairman and Managing Director of Midhani on 1st of May 2020. He is Director and CEO of Utkarsha Aluminium Dhatu Nigam Limited, a joint venture company of Messrs. National Aluminium Company Limited, NALCO, and Midhani. Midhani's association with ISRO has been long-standing and remarkable. Dr. S.K. Jha is a board member of Nuclear Fuel Complex, Department of Atomic Energy, Director, Indian Iron and Steel Sector Skill Council, and member of Technical Evaluation Group in Steel Research and Technology Mission of India, Ministry of Steel, and member CSIR's Institute of Minerals and Materials Technology, IMMT. He is a life member of Indian Institute of Metals, for which he is also a council member, Indian Nuclear Society, and Aeronautical Society of India. He is also a chairman of ISNT Hyderabad chapter. He has international exposure through business relationship with organizations across the globe. He is a recipient of many awards and accolades, the most notable amongst them being IIM Tata Gold Medal for his outstanding contribution in the field of metallurgical science in India for the year 2020 and Award of Excellence in Science Technology for the year 2006 from Department of Atomic Energy. Dr. Jha has enriched technical community by co-authoring a report on materials for fast breeder reactor for International Atomic Energy Agency, which is the world's central intergovernmental forum situated in Vienna for scientific and technical cooperation in the nuclear field. He has also published more than 35 articles in national and international journals. With this brief introduction, I humbly request the Chief Guest for World Space Week 2023 inaugural function, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, to address SDSC-SHAR community. Please, sir.
Respected Director of SDSC-SHAR, Sri A. Rajarajan ji. We have Deputy Director MSA, Chairman World Space Week Organizing Committee 2023. Also Subcommittee Chairman of WSW 2023, Sri Sambhu Prasad ji. Associate Director of SDSC, Sri A. Syed Hamid ji, and we have Controller or SDSC-SHAR, Sri M. Srinivaslu Reddy ji, all distinguished scientists of this very prestigious center, scientists, engineers, ladies and gentlemen, our students from the different schools. It's a very proud and privileged for me to be part of this important function, that is Space Week, which we are starting today. I was going through, in fact, this is my second visit to this center. The last time I was here, when we have done a great job for this nation, when Chandrayaan 3 was launched. It was the first visit for this organization, and the day was a very proud moment. In fact, I also got opportunity to get my spouse also here, and it was such a golden opportunity for me to give this. And I really congratulate all of you and for making that moment so good. And subsequently, when the soft landing was there on the moon, I don't know what was the response, you all know. And today, I think a space should not say that publicity is not required. A space only has to give the input and energy to the people. People are looking outside. While going through that, recently whatever we have launched this magazine, I was seeing that what this organization, because I am also work in atomic energy. And atomic energy and space has a very good relationship. Foundation started from the beginning, from there only. So I know what was the motivation and type of mission we had. But I think that work you have done is really great for the nation. And I was just seeing that one statement, a vision statement given by the Bikram Sarabhai, that we must be second to none to the application of advanced technology and to the real problems of the man and society. I think today space has done the job. In fact, that vision has been satisfied. And for that, you are all, people are, I congratulate all of you for that. And not only me, entire nation is proud of you. Coming to the whatever you have achieved, going first time to the South Pole and then doing that type of mission in the very low cost is already, a lot of things have come in the media, people have seen that. But the basic thing which I take as an input for me and for the entire nation, that entire thing is done within the country. So you have merely made country real in sense of given a set example that how country can be self-reliant and Atmanirbhar in advanced technology. I think ISRO is the one hallmark of this. The type of support you are giving to the industry ecosystem, the technology, the manpower, skills are really a great for the nation. And that is why today, if we are asking that how the space can grow by 5 times, 10 times, people are talking, it can go for 5 times, somebody said 10 times opportunity is there. It is possible because the base is available. And not only this base, the industrial, in fact, the type of support you are giving to the all industrial ecosystem is a big thing. And I am just trying to give a small glimpse what ISRO has done and what Midhani is there attached to that in the ISRO. So this success story of ISRO is synonymous with Midhani's success or Midhani's journey, and that I would like to mention here. I will not mention about what has happened to my share price index and all. It is all for the market perception and all. But the type of confidence, type of honor our employees and our Midhanians have got is not less than, I say, that proud which you feel by seeing all of you here. So what I will do that I will just put a small glimpse of whatever some slides I have presented here, and I will go quickly through that. See, this is only, I wanted to, I was trying to see what is the growth. People are talking a lot of things. See, in fact, internationally also, if you see that the growth is enormous. And in fact, it is projected that 11.7 CAGR growth is there for the space sector. I am talking about the international one. And this was given by the report given by a consulting firm, recently released. So what I was seeing that what is the opportunity for space? Big opportunity for India, as it was told just now, our earlier speakers, that it was only 2% of our is their share. It can go to 10%, then we have to multiply 5 times, 6 times and all. So it is projected here. And similar way, the same consulting firm has given a lot of data that in which area, where it has to go. So I am just leaving it to the audience. You know much better than what I can project here. But my message to this, and what I carry for Midhani, that there is a big opportunity for the industry who have done the job, and not only the industry, the entire the technological partners who is working with the ISRO. The Midhani started in 1973. In fact, it is almost contemporary where the ISRO also started the time journey. So in 1973 when we started, the basic philosophy of, since it was coming the Ministry of Defense, the idea was to make the material for the defense application, which was required for developing the missiles. The many missiles program started. In fact, there's a lot of interchange of the, in fact, leadership also from the defense and space. Like you know that our DRDO chief, earlier DRDO chief and the ex-president of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam also was part of the mission here. And that was the journey started with the defense. And then we also started entering with the space. So the basic idea of the defense, then the space also we started working. And that is why if you see in Midhani, today we are serving the industry like many areas, like in fact a submarine to even the space requirements. So what I have done that I have made some of the our outline of my presentation, that what are the unique things which we are doing, and we are making it that's unique for Midhani, and because of that we are able to give the diverse requirement of the materials of the different quality and the properties. So this has a unique facility where we are processing the materials which is used in the strategic areas. So what is the strategic means? The area where you have the project running and common materials cannot be utilized. You cannot get the materials of your choice coming from the external resources. Even if you are getting also sometime, if there is a supply chain breakage, it will affect your supply chain effect. In fact, this is the classical example of the ISRO and Midhani combination, that when the entire world was having this effect of the COVID, we have not stopped. Because we had a commitment, we had a long-term requirement from the ISRO, we had the order from the ISRO. We have go on processing, and I'll proudly say that today the entire supply of the Gaganyaan we have completed. That was because of our entirely our relationship, partnership. On that basis only this has worked. So similar is the case for, we are also doing for different missiles requirement and all. But I think among all, space has taken a big, I think, space, big space in Midhani's portfolio, I'll say. A space, that type of role is there. And to definitely to make the requirements, because you know, all of you are working in this center where you must see the components coming from requirement as a small fine wire of 1.2 mm diameter to the ring of 3 meter diameter also is required, and coming from the same grade. So we have to definitely maintain the all equipments and facilities in-house, because those things you cannot get outside. Nobody can process the material which we process. So we have the in-house all facilities and make the variety of products for requirement for the our this programs. And this is being all supported by initially by the primary melting facilities. Even though these facilities are well defined, you can find in many places, but what I'll say that combination and technology is very important, and that's why we start from the vacuum induction melting, electric arc furnace, then VAR. So all are lined up in Midhani, and also the scale is different. You will see that a small requirement of the ISRO also we can make, large requirement also we can make, because the equipment has been designed, and many equipments, when initial stage of development, when Midhani was not having that much money to invest. In fact, we are thankful for ISRO to supporting us by giving some of the important equipments. And today it has become a backbone for in our execution of all the different orders. So this was again the unique combination. We say everywhere, we have a customer, where we have got the money for the infrastructure, we get the orders also. And this is the example for many industries which ISRO has supported. And this has to be taken for not only for the ISRO, it's a success story. It can be done for many other departments where today also we are depending many things by import. So I'm talking about in the area of, if you see aerospace and defense requirements, still we are depending on the other countries because the infrastructure is lacking in our country for their requirements and all. We also have a very unique facility, electron beam melting. Again, this equipment was supported, given by the ISRO. It was for the special materials. We are making the niobium melting. So C103 was targeted here for melting. This can be produced by using this EV melting facility. And a hafnium plant was also made as a pilot scale. And this hafnium is refined in this facility. So we can get the pure hafnium, and today hafnium cost is almost gone to 5 lakhs, more than 5 lakhs rupees per kg. It can be much higher also in the future. Today the availability is the question mark. So this facility can be utilized, combination of those facility can be utilized. So just I have tried to combine that why there is excellence in making the material. Whatever composition, whatever requirements is given by our project, any mission, we can develop. This is the capability we have created. And anything which is coming for either special steel, titanium alloys, super alloys can be manufactured because we have the combination of unique equipments, and the purity level can be highest of the order. So this is the flaws. I will not go dwell into that, just I will try to glimpse of that, because anything you require a huge numbers. So these are all different sectors we maintain, and that's why we are able to give you or meet the requirements coming from the space. If you see right from the primary melting, secondary melting, and then different deforming processes, we have the entire facility here. Titanium line, we have the separate flow sheet there, and we are making titanium products. We can make any requirement titanium. I will show some of the products which we have supplied, very unique for our Gaganyaan project, while I'll go when I'll progress through this. Super alloys, we are all aware because we are dealing with all high temperature requirements. So we cannot survive without this material. This we are processing regularly, requirements. So we have a very unique high deformation like 6,000 ton forge press, 1,500 ton forge press. Again, we have started with the 1,500 ton, now it has gone to 6,000 ton. So we can go for all bigger requirements. And that's why we are able to make the requirements coming from the different projects successfully. And this is for, again, we are making the ring rolling. We have also the ring rolling facility. And also now we have started making the tubes also. We can make the seamless stainless steel tube, seamless superalloy tubes. And these tubes we are made the press here, and we are able to extrude and supply some of the requirements coming from the nuclear sector also. Recently we have established a white plate mill. In fact, if I say that the plates which has gone for our Gaganyaan application, this mill is the key for us, because this was established in Midhani, and this is the first of its kind in India, where you can make 3 meter width plate, and we can make up to 6 mm thickness. And this mill is now making not only maraging steel, we are also making titanium plates, we are also making superalloy plates. And in fact, now titanium plates, which is to import earlier, now the first rolling has taken place. It has been qualified recently by our VSSC team. And now we are confident that all the requirement of titanium plates can be met using this facility. So both maraging and titanium plates can be made for all the programs which we are envisaging for our space requirements. And capacity is huge. We can make 30,000 tons per annum. So quantity is not the issues. We can make all the products here. And background of this, and since we are already, you know very well that ISRO and Midhani is working like a team. So a lot of our technical inputs coming from the ISRO and Midhani, we try to investigate the scientific theory behind all the processing. And that is giving us a lot of knowledge and data bank. It is good for the country. So a lot of learning is there, and we utilize many facilities. In fact, LPSC is having one equipment where we can do this mechanical simulation, and we have done some for some of the materials. And it's very useful for doing the simulation and modeling for different types of products. And this is giving a lot of data generation. And it will help in understanding the material behavior. So just to give some of the result generation, I will not dwell into that. So a lot of data we can approach here, and then we can go for scientific way, so that one should not only go with the trial and error. Now it is because we are handling the caustic material, so we have to go for the systematic way, and that we are doing with our processing. Also, there is an ingredient of FEM-based simulation techniques we utilize, and this is giving very good results. Just to show some of the products which we have made by simulation and modeling. So these are being utilized now for making the products which we feel that is very difficult to process, especially in case of superalloys and titanium alloys. And it has given a very good output for our, this is one alloy which we are supplying for turbine blades for our aero engine. And again, the simulation and all. We have also done for the Monal 400, good amount of data generation being utilized for our defense industry. This is just, I am giving the branch of that what is our capability in case of superalloys. This is a family of superalloys which we handle, and many things are getting now produced. And not only now we are meeting the India requirement, we are also exporting. So now Midhani is getting tied up with many aerospace companies on the global level. So this is the time, I'll tell you, I can, in fact, it is a good opportunity for us, because earlier the material flow was there from the external source. By import it was possible. Today, even if you want the import also, you cannot get the materials, because many industries across the globe, their production has come down. Some places, they have reduced the production and output, and it is really affecting the supply chain. But in India, because of our capability and all, supply chain is maintained, and this is having one advantage for us. And Midhani, we are utilizing this facility. So many industries like Pratt & Whitney, we also have coming from the Rolls-Royce. They wanted to tie up with us so that they can get a good alternate supply chain coming from the India. So good opportunity for the Indian industry. And this is the different areas which we are now coming to, that area where we are working with space sector. So I've just focused on the titanium alloys. You see in the one class itself, if you see in titanium, we have the rings, plates, and also we have the C103, the hafnium alloys, niobium hafnium alloys. So many grades which we make for these sectors. And one list I have given a glimpse of titanium alloys. So like that, many are there, but just I have listed few of them here. So you can find that this is the type of varieties we produce, and that will be utilized for our different launch vehicles. And this has been now a regular, in fact, supply we are doing. I just wanted to make in case of Chandrayaan, because this was a very sought after mission. So we have made few slides on that. Right now, for all GSLV, PSLV we are having, but this I have just put here to show that what are the work we have done. Some of the slides here, not very unique for this audience, but this was done for to show that. So many things we have, what we have make this project, we have shown in some of the forms, and it was. I'll give you one example. I was invited by after just the Chandrayaan. A parliamentary committee was there, and they wanted to review our performance. So when we have talked that we have been part of the Chandrayaan, our presentations and all were taken the back seat, and they started praising like anything, and that has given a very good advantage for us that time. So what I say that whomsoever has worked industry in the Chandrayaan and it has gone success, they are identified now in the country, and people say that if they can work for Chandrayaan, why they cannot do for your work? So that type of examples are given in the level of bureaucratic level also. So we had a very good advantage of this type of projects. List of the alloys I have mentioned here. I did not talk to this audience. You are all well aware. But what I was trying to say that you can see that 21 alloys in a single type of component. 21 alloys, and varieties will be maybe every alloy will have 4 or 5 varieties. So this is the type of products we have to deliver for our ISRO's mission. And for the Vikas engine also it is mentioned here. Every this type of requirements we are making now. Quantity is very less, but you need the quality. We have to qualify it successfully. Many tests we conduct which are also very unique, and the entire testings and all we have the facilities to make that. And these inputs are giving lot of data generation for our programs, and it is again the asset for the country, and it can be utilized for our future requirements. So like that, these are the alloys. In fact, numbers are so big that very difficult to mention here, but what I try to project from here, since Midhani is having a unique facilities of all steel, super alloys, titanium alloys, and also a processing technology and equipments of different type, we are able to meet the requirement. Many challenges we are executing with your team, where we see that how technologically we can solve. Today also we are working how to improve our yield in the strip grinding. We are also doing for making one high capacity compacting press. Today we have compacting for titanium sponge only 3,000 tons. Now we are trying to go for 8,000 tons. So many things are there which are lined up with the support from that ISRO. We have made many this type of equipments also for the ISRO. It was subsequently taken by the other industries and they are making this type of products. And aerospace, Midhani is doing a lot of work. In fact, now the entire LCA work we are giving the material. We are also making a lot of our work we are doing for the AMCA, that is Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft. So our technological base for the materials is so good now that we are also able to take the aerospace industry, and not only the aircraft, we have entered in the aero engine also. So that's why now the material goes for the aero engine. This gives a lot of immense satisfaction and pride that we are now moving in the right direction for making India self-reliant in the area of aero engines also. So these are the different projects where we are working, and many alloys we are developing for that type of requirements. And some things are a spin-off coming from the ISRO, something is going from the our requirement from the aero engine, and this is making us a good database and the material base for our different programs coming from the future requirements. I'll try to, these are all. So titanium alloys for the aero engines. What I say, titanium, we have got a fairly good amount of knowledge, both the area, titanium and super alloys. I think this is going to help in many ways in the coming future. And this is the one example. I'll just try to end titanium with the grid fin component which we have developed for Gaganyaan. And the challenge was to making the slab of almost 170 mm thick and 1.5 meter width and around 2 meter length. This we have made, and ultrasonic standard was very stringent, and that was the main reason for challenge for making this. This successfully Midhani has developed with your team. Now it has made for our Gaganyaan project, gone successfully. We also work for the magnetic alloys. Some of the things we are using here, but many grades are there which we can make for magnetic alloys, can be utilized for. In fact, the missile is using a lot of materials for our. And recently, we have also made the unique facility for isothermal forging. So for all high-end super alloys, higher disk diameter, constant temperature deformation can be done. And this facility we have established, capacity is 6,000 ton. The main focus area is going for the aero engine, and the aero engine will be using this type of disk, and this will be a good value addition for our India's aerospace sector. So we are supplying now regularly the disk for Jaguar aircraft, which is going for the Adur engine. Regularly we are supplying, and we are trying to see that how it can enter in the other aero engine sector also, like Sukhoi and all. This is the one product we have developed for again the ISRO requirement, and in fact for the missile also. The main challenge was to make the 1.6 mm thick Titan 31 seats, very difficult to roll. Again, a joint work, why I projected here, the joint work by our engineers and scientists from the ISRO. This we have developed, and while Director VSSC has visited last time, we have handed over this product. Now it is a regular requirements we are supplying for earlier it was getting the imported there. Safe memory also we are working, and a lot of work is going on the safe memory alloy, which can be utilized for some of the requirements. We are making the wire of different diameters by safe memory. We have one skull melting furnace of 300 kg. So using the skull melting, now we are able to make the nickel titanium safe memory alloys, and shortly we are going to qualify it for the biomedical application. Additive manufacturing also, Midhani is going in the big way. Now we are trying to see that how we can make the metal powder of using the all aerospace grade of alloys. So that facility also is coming up shortly, and we are trying to see that that can be also established, where country can be again the self-reliant in the area of the metal powder. So we can now, many things are going in the additive manufacturing areas. So this equipment also we are going to establish shortly, and this will give a very good advantage for the nation in making the self-reliant. Very familiar with this quality control facility by this center, so I need not dwell much on this. But what I just trying to say that glimpse of that, right from the chemical analysis to non-destructive testing, we have the complete in-house expertise in the facility. And in fact, that's what is making us the very unique. And we have a very good creep lab, so a lot of data generation we can go for the high temperature materials. So these machines are working very well. We have 20-25 machines operating around the clock, and we are able to get a lot of data generation for high temperature materials. Then rotatory bending, that fitting machine, testing machine. This is being used for up to maximum 850 temperature, mainly for the aerospace applications. To qualify the material, we are doing this. Again, a lot of pressure on this facility. And of course, mechanical testing, all you are familiar, but we have the room temperature, high temperature, all sample preparation in-house facility we have. So those things are, any very important part from this center is that the fracture toughness. For all product which is going from ISO requirement, margin steel especially, without fracture toughness, nothing will pass from there. So every product, not a single product will go without fracture toughness. And unless the FT is met, product cannot be dispatched. So this has been maintained as a standard, and that's why we are able to maintain today the properties and all. So both fracture toughness and ultrasonic examination, strict ultrasonic testing, giving a lot of confidence on the material which we are using for our space application. Metallography, of course, this is another, we have very good facility, but a lot of data generation is being done there. Ultrasonic testing, we have the immersion testing for all the discs, which is going for the aerospace facility. And we are going up to 0.4 mm FBH, and this is a very unique equipment we have established, and can be assured that your product is going without any flaw when you're utilizing for the aerospace and defense application. We also make our own UT reference blocks. So all UT standards, reference block we develop in-house, and that we are utilizing for our all ultrasonic standards. And all these techniques, I think many of you are familiar with normal beam, angle beam scanning and all. And recently we have also gone for phase array system. So that also we have now established for all our plates, which is going for our requirement. We are going for the phase array system and all. And magnetic particle. So in the entire inspection system, we have established in such a way that the product which goes out from there will have all the test requirements. And anything additions are there, our team is there to support this. So just I will try to conclude, won't take much time here, that in fact, of course, there's a big achievement for Bharat in the space and science technology. And Atmanirbharta of the Bharat, due to the development of industrial ecosystem, as I told about, has given the opportunity for the industry to develop its brand. And of course, I am standing before you. Midhani is the one of the brand which has come. Mainly, space is the one sectors because of which our brand has come. And this is the one thing that Midhani is the one-step solutions for any new development, any materials which we are looking for. So that can be utilized effectively. Scale also has gone up. So we are very proud to be part of the entire ISRO journey, and it is giving us a lot of satisfaction that we are doing for contributing for our national pride. So with this, I conclude here, and I'll just try to end here with the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, that technology, unlike science, is a group activities. And technology not focused on individuals' intelligence, but on interacting intelligence of the entire many. So I think this is the example. ISRO is very set for that. The total teamwork, you work like a team, and we are many culture, many things we inherit from the ISRO. And that's what I'll say that Midhani is able to do some contributing for the nation because of this type of association. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for letting us know how the right collaboration of space or other important Indian organizations with the private sector gives plethora of opportunities to grow and also in making India Atmanirbhar at times like COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you so much, sir.
We now invite Sri Rajarajan, Director Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR, to felicitate our chief guest as a symbol of gratitude and respect.
It's time to express our gratitude to our chief guest, dignitaries, invited guests, employees, as well as students who have made this inaugural a grand success. Now we request Srimati K. Sangeeta, Member Organizing Committee World Space Week 2023, to propose oath of thanks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once a great man whispered, feeling thankfulness and not expressing it is like wrapping a gift and not giving it. So as the member of organizing committee, I am here to extend my profound gratitude to each and everyone who has contributed directly or indirectly for the successful completion of World Space Week inaugural celebrations at Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR, Sriharikota. First and foremost, I would like to express a deepest appreciation to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, who shared his valuable insights and knowledge with us today. As our chief guest, your words of wisdom and encouragement have motivated all of us to dream big. Your presence here today serves as the reminder of the boundless possibilities that space offers to humanity. We are truly honored to have you here, sir. I would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed director for gracing us with his presence and leading the way in inaugurating this remarkable World Space Week event. Your vision, leadership, and unwavering commitment to the field of space have been truly inspiring, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to take this moment to express our sincere appreciation to our Associate Director, Shri A. Syed Hamid sir, for his unwavering support and guidance. Also, I would like to thank our Controller, Shri M. Srinivasalu Reddy sir, for his august presence here. You have been a source of guidance and support for our entire team, sir. Thank you. I would like to thank all SAMC, SEC members and employee representatives for their gracious presence today. I would also like to make a special mention to MSA team, CCTV, communication, photography, CMG and horticulture team for their real-time support. It is with immense gratitude and admiration that we would extend our heartfelt thanks to Chairman Organizing Committee, Shri Sendal Kumar sir, and alternate Chairman, Shri Muthuchaliyan sir, for the exceptional dedication and leadership displayed in orchestrating the magnificent function. I must acknowledge the tireless efforts of the organizing committee, volunteers who have worked diligently to put together this remarkable event. Last but not the least, I want to thank all the audience, both in person and those joining us virtually, for your enthusiasm and interest in the wonders of space. Your presence here today reflects the curiosity and thirst for knowledge that drives the humanity of exploration of space. As we embark on a week filled with exciting activities and discussion, let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration and discovery that this inaugural function represents. Together, we can push the boundaries and human knowledge and reach for the stars. Thank you all for being a part of this World Space Week, and let us look forward to a week of exploration, inspiration, and innovation. Thank you once again.
We thank all of you for your gracious presence and cooperation. We request all of you to stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
With this, we have come to an end of inaugural session.